Welcome to the AFR Saints channel, where we provide you daily content on your favorite team, the New Orleans Saints. Do us a favor and hit that subscribe button. Be sure to leave your comments below and smash that like button. Who dat? Well, it is pretty humbling to know that the general manager of the New Orleans Saints listens to the show and unfollows me on Twitter. When the Saints got down 21-0 on Sunday, I, like many of you, tongue planted firmly in cheek, tweeted, "The Saints have quit on Dennis Allen. Fire him tomorrow." And I'm not a fire the coach guy. But my opinions coming out of that game were very clear, and I shared them with you on Monday. The New Orleans Saints had their backs against the wall. After you lost that game, the manner in which you did in Atlanta, where you could have, coming off your bye, taken a commanding lead in a very bad division. And I know it would have just been a game, but considering the ebbs and flows of this division, winning that game and having a head-to-head tiebreaker of Atlanta would have been very significant. And to go 0-for-5 in the red zone and all the things we know, right? All the things we know. It was devastating to lose that game. Now, you're coming home against a really good Detroit team, and you had to come out strong. And the fact that they came out lifeless and lazy and effortless, committing bad penalties, procedure penalties, the ball going off Juwan Johnson's hands, the defense just conceding an opening drive touchdown the way that they did was awful. And after you're down 14, you go 3 and out, give them the ball back, 3 plays, boom, you're down 21. I mean, that hadn't happened since 1986. That had not happened. Let that marinate. Had not happened in the NFL since 1986, where a team had scored 3 offensive touchdowns in the first 7 minutes of a game. Y'all, I mean, that's almost as long as I've been alive. So, yeah, they've quit on Dennis Allen. Now, all those guys are professionals, and they're playing for contracts and their paycheck and all that sort of stuff, so they continue to play hard. But clearly the message that Dennis Allen is preaching is lost on these guys. Well, Mickey Loomis was on the Saints Hour with Mike Hoss, the voice of the Saints, and had an opinion about people's opinion that the Saints quit on Dennis Allen.
Yeah, well, that's just unsophisticated and lazy journalism, to be honest with you.
Right.
That's someone that either didn't watch the game or doesn't understand the game, and probably a lot of both.
To be very clear, I do not think Mickey Loomis is following me on Twitter and saw my tweet. I think that is an opinion that many people shared coming out of the game on Sunday, that this team has quit on Dennis Allen. Now, for whatever it's worth, it was Mike Hoss who presented that to Mickey Loomis about people saying that the team had quit, and maybe Mike saw my tweet along with others. Again, I'm not suggesting that that's the impetus for the question or Mickey Loomis's answer, but it's something that's very commonly believed right now. That this team, which came into this season, clearly the best team in a bad division, the betting favorite to win this very bad division, that had the easiest schedule literally in the history of the Saints organization, and even with an easy schedule, got easier along the way, considering all the quarterbacks you haven't had to face, like having the opportunity to face Josh Dobbs instead of Kirk Cousins, having the opportunity to face, what was the guy's name for the Bears that started at quarterback, who was the Division II guy? I'm asking, seriously, what was the guy's name? The guy who played for the Bears?
Bagent. Tyson
yes,
Bagent.
Tyler.
I thought it was Tyson.
Tyler Bagent?
I don't really think
Tyson
it matters, but I'm pretty sure it's Tyson.
I think this interaction is illustrating my point. Okay? The fact is, the Saints have gotten so lucky with respect to all of this conversation. You're not going to face Daniel Jones. Not that that's a huge law, but either way, like, the Saints have gotten so fortunate this year, and yet you're 5-7. It's a massive disappointment, and everybody knows it. And the heat is being cranked up on Mickey Loomis, who, for the bulk of his time in New Orleans, has overseen the greatest period of winning in the history of this organization. So it has been sunshine and roses and flowers and candy canes and unicorns, and now it is not. He is tasting, really for the first time. I understand in 14, 15, 16, they had the back-to-back-to-back 7-9 seasons, and things got a little restless then. I do understand that. But this is the first time, really, since Loomis has been the GM where things have gotten this, the vitriol has been this hot and burning this white hot from this fan base, where you're booing the team at home. You're seeing the paper bags again. I mean, these are remnants of my youth and, quite honestly, the bulk of this team's history. The team's been around since 1967. You're talking about 56 years. 56 years. But for that decade and a half with Sean Payton and Drew Brees, that's what has defined this organization. So Loomis, I think, is tasting that now for the first time, and I don't think he's handling it well. He also talked about the boos from the crowd.
Look, one of the things that we have here is a very, very passionate fan base. I appreciate that. They want to win. We've set a high standard for that. And when we don't win, it can become emotional. Look, our team's fighting. They're fighting to and giving everything they can to win a game. Every player is. The booing doesn't help us. And I know as a fan myself of teams, I understand that, yeah, I can be angry and boo, but I'm not helping my team doing that. And so fans have the right to do that. They have the right to express themselves. They're paying lots of money to come watch our team. They can certainly boo, but I don't have to like it.
There doesn't need to be a but in that, Mickey, because everything you said, which was very coherent, well articulated, and quite honestly, correct. All of that got muted with the but. But I don't have to like it. Because that's all anybody's going to hear. And when people are pissed off at you, that's really all they're going to hear, and they're going to start throwing it back at you. With every loss, all of this pressure and intensity continues to mount. Loomis was also asked about the number of Lions fans in the Dome who they took over the lower level of the Superdome on Sunday.
You know, our stadium sold out on a season basis. That's disappointing to have, you know, that many tickets that are resold and, you know, given to visiting fans. But look, I understand it. I mean, I understand the economics of it. I understand that season tickets are expensive and, you know, you can't go to every game. And so, you know, pick and choose to sell some. But I was a little caught off guard by the volume, as you said, in the lower bowl. That was unusual. And look, I understand it, but that doesn't mean I have to like it.
Back to, I understand I don't have to like it. Literally every game forever, every season forever, you have that element where season ticket holders may not go to every game. But the market is speaking to you. Your fan base is telling you. Like, they're displeased with you. You're disappointed by the number of Lions fans. Saints fans are disappointed with the product you're putting on the field. And it's exacerbated by the fact that you're not willing to do anything to change it. You want people to rally around you? Show them that you care as much as they do. I'm not suggesting that the people in that building aren't trying to win. I'm not suggesting Mickey Loomis and Dennis Allen, all the way on down through the coaching staff of the players, I'm not suggesting they don't care about winning. What I'm suggesting is when the product that you're putting out continues to fail to reach standards, expectations, and you don't do anything differently, why should anybody expect a different result? And this is the way that people express themselves. And when the GM starts going after fans and media, that's a bad look. I'm stating the obvious there. I understand it. But you know who doesn't have a general manager going after fans in the media? Teams that win. You know when Mickey Loomis wasn't going after fans in media? When the Saints were winning. So you're getting a taste of what it's like when you're not doing well now. And it's evident. They're not handling it well. It's unfamiliar to sit here and be 5-7 when you invested what you did in this quarterback. When you had the expectations that you did in this season in a bad division. Yeah, people got used to winning around here. And you're going to sit there and throw barbs about how you don't like booing and fans selling their tickets and lazy, unsophisticated journalism because people are saying that the team quit. By the way, journalism is the profession of gathering and reporting facts and information. That's not journalism. It's an opinion. An opinion that I share and many of you do as well. It's not journalism. It's an opinion. And you're not always going to like everybody's opinion. But the reality is, the Saints may go win on Sunday. They're playing Carolina. Carolina's the worst team in the league. You're at home against Carolina. You should win on Sunday. And you might beat the Giants. The Giants stink. You might go to Tampa and win. You might. Baker Mayfield's been hurt. Maybe you get to see Kyle Trask finally make a start, so Larry Holden claimed to win his bet. Like, you may go on a little run here. But if you do, that's only masking all of the gross deficiencies that this team and this organization have right now. And Mickey Loomis targeting fans and media instead of his coaching staff and players who are the ones out there actually disappointing. It's misguided anger and misdirected anger. I understand the frustration, but it only illustrates and shines a light on the frustration when you handle it like that. Bad times, man. Can you imagine if Carolina comes into the Dome and wins on Sunday? Whew. That is one I don't know how anybody survives. If you lose in a desperate spot, fighting for your playoff lives, at home against a 1-win team, a 1-10 football team, I mean, that is, or no, 1-11, excuse me. That is an unforgivable reality. We shall see on Sunday. What if we see a lot of Carolina fans in the Dome on Sunday? Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please leave your comments. I love to interact, and be sure to hit the red subscribe button below.